Keith, it's not just our central bank. We have the Japanese central bank, which says we will print unlimited amounts of money. The Europeans, the British, they're all doing it.
Crazy.
The world has never had a period where every major central bank.
So what is Jim Rogers doing with his money today?
Today, well, I'm buying one share today in Russia. But mainly
still
I'm just
buying Russia?
Well, only one company. There's one company I'm a director of that's been one of the best stocks in the world in the last year. I'm shocked. So I'm buying more even today. It's called Foss Agro.
Okay.
Before you ask, but remember, I've been buying it for a long time. But mainly I'm watching. I'm doing nothing. Yeah. What I suspect will happen is somewhere along the line they'll raise interest rates, markets will go down. They'll call Mrs. Yellen and say, "Oh my God, you've got to save us. The world is coming to an end." She doesn't know what she's doing. She will say, "Don't worry, I will save you." She will do something, who knows what. The markets will rally, and that's the last.
Now, this
rally.
is the
the last rally.
This is the main point that I am concerning myself with. What happens if she goes dovish on Thursday, which markets are predicting that she will, and the market just doesn't go up anymore?
Right. Well, in other words, she doesn't raise rates, but the market, I think if she doesn't raise rates, the market sells off because people are going to come to this realization that the economy is a lot worse off than
Well, this is actually happening in the market right now. We should 30-day correlation between the S&P 500 and the dollar is now positive. In other words, if the dollar goes down, the S&P 500 is going down because people are coming to realize, I think, that a weak dollar is bad for the people who hold dollars. And at the end of the day, that's an economic problem.
The market will go, if you're right, the market will go down because they'll say, well, then rates are going up in December. Then we're all still sitting here worrying about, well, when will rates go up? We know they're going up someday, and so the markets will keep worrying.
Well, Jim, when you keep saying the markets will go down, you're referencing the U.S. equity market, I assume. But you have forever, that I've known you, been bullish in the commodities market. Are you a buyer of gold, oil here?
No, I'm not a buyer of gold. I expect there to be a better chance to buy gold. I haven't bought gold in a long time. A better chance to buy gold and silver. If gold goes under 1,000, I hope I'm smart enough to buy a lot of gold. A lot of gold.
Under 1,000, we're at 1104 right now. But what about the entire commodities complex? I think Sandra makes a good point. What do you think the commodities collapse?
I'm still bullish on that. The company I just mentioned to you, Foss Agro, is a fertilizer company.
So you still like agriculture?
I still like farmers.
What about things like copper,
get a
iron
tractor.
ore?
Get a tractor.
Trade in the Mercedes and get a tractor.
Oh, my gosh. I should have known you rode a Mercedes.
I don't have a Mercedes.
Get a Mercedes tractor.
Oh, you traveled the world in a little Mercedes.
I did.
Look who's talking.
Lamborghini started out making tractors, believe it or not. And
you
then
like agriculture, but what about things like copper, iron ore, the industrial metals?
No, iron ore. The iron ore companies all built so much capacity. No, I'm not buying iron ore under no circumstances. But gold, silver, under 1,000, I would buy gold. Oil is making a bottom as we speak. Whether it goes a little lower or not, I don't know. In a panic, it'll go lower. But oil is making its bottom.
If this ends in central planning panic, if they're all wrong, they don't have economic demand or growth, isn't that just the main problem with the industrial side of commodities for now?
Keith, we haven't had an economic slowdown for over 6 years in the world. We're overdue. As you know, every 4 to 7 years we have them, no matter what. It's coming. And whether it comes next year or 2017, I don't know, but I know it's coming. And the next time it comes, it's going to be a disaster because the debt is so much higher.
But there lies the problem. So why would you want the Federal Reserve to raise interest rates at a time that the U.S. is growing, but all of the trading partners are seeing massive problems?
Maria, it doesn't matter. Eventually, the market's going to raise interest rates, and that's when the disasters work. When the central banks have no more control, and they're sitting there blowing into the wind, and the market says, "We don't care about you, central banks."
I feel like that's happening already.
That's going to be that's going to be the real disaster. It's going to be an unmitigated. And you know, in 2008, the Chinese had a lot of money saved up, so they could spend a lot of money to help save us. They've got debt to themselves now. The debt that's gone up in China, and I own a lot of stocks in China, but the debt that's gone up there is horrendous. That's going to be a big problem next time.